In 2021, I was overweight, unconfident, and clueless about how to fix it. I've since dropped 4 stone and helped over 200 people get in shape. If I started again in 2026, I'd stop chasing perfection and focus on the basics, because the basics actually fucking work. To get in shape, you need one or both of these things: to lose body fat and build muscle. In order to lose body fat, you have to be in a calorie deficit. A calorie deficit means you eat less calories than you burn on a daily basis. And in order to create this deficit, we have 3 main levers that we can pull. Lever number 1, we can decrease our calories. You can create a deficit by simply eating less food. Lever number 2, you can increase your activity by adding in resistance training, adding in cardio, adding finishers to the end of our workout, or increasing our volume. And lever number 3 can increase your non-exercise activity. In other words, your step count. In order to build muscle, you have to resistance train and progressively overload that training by increasing intensity or increasing volume. And a simple progression scheme for an exercise would look like picking a rep range, let's say 8 to 12 reps, starting doing that exercise with a certain weight, working up from 8 reps to 12 reps. And once you can do 12 reps, increasing the weight, rinse and repeat. That is how you build muscle. Every single workout you do, you should be aiming to either do more reps or heavier weight than you did last time. And when I started, I was convinced it was all much more fucking complex than that. I tried doing Slimming World. I tried doing countless ab circuits to try and get rid of my love handles. I tried cutting out chocolate, sweets and cakes for an entire year. The reason I was fucking up is because I was overcomplicating it. I thought that I literally had to have the perfect diet. I thought that I had to have no social life whatsoever. But once I started tracking my calories and actually allowing myself to have a bit of chocolate in the evening with a cup of tea, or go out for a few pints with my mates to watch the Champions League, that's when I actually started getting results. When I created a gym plan that suited my lifestyle, as opposed to picking what is the perfect plan that didn't actually suit my life and didn't have exercises that I actually fucking liked. Once I gave myself the flexibility to still have some form of social life and also created a gym plan that I enjoyed, I was able to focus on the process as opposed to the outcome. And as corny a saying as it is, the person who loves walking will walk much further than the person who fucking loves the destination. Once I did that, I started loving the gym. I started loving how I felt when I was eating properly. And as a result, the results came. So if you strip all the bullshit away, here are the 5 basic steps I would follow if I was starting again today. 1, I would set myself a clear, measurable goal. No vague bullshit like, oh, I want to get fit. What does that even mean? What does being fit mean to you? Set yourself a specific, measurable goal. It can be a weight loss target. It can be running your first 5K, but something that's specific, and then give it a deadline. Number 2, I would track my calories in MyFitnessPal. And before you start crying about, oh, MyFitnessPal is such an effort, let's be real with each other. It adds maximum 10 minutes to your fucking day. If you have spent years or decades out of shape, I think that that's a pretty small price to pay. And at the very least, you should try it for a few days to get an idea of what you're currently consuming. If you were saving for a holiday, you'd sit down, you'd go through your bank account, you'd figure out what subscriptions you're paying for that you don't need, where you're wasting money, and that would help you save for your holiday. Tracking your calories is the same. You figure out what you're wasting calories on, shit that isn't actually filling you up and shit that you don't even enjoy. That will, at the very least, if you do that for a few days, give you a picture of what you need to fix. Number 3, I would move more. So I would take what I'm currently averaging in terms of steps and look to increase that by 1 or 2,000 per day. And I would do a structured training session twice a week, whether that's lifting weights or running, whatever is in line with your goals. Number 4, I would accept that it's not gonna be fucking perfect. Thing that screws people up, it's never the night out. It's never the takeaway. It's never the chocolate cake. It's deciding that you fucked up when you do those things and then completely throwing caution to the wind, hitting the fuck it button, giving up for 3 weeks, binging and starting again. And number 5, I would do those other 4 things for at least 4 weeks, and I wouldn't expect results after doing it for only a couple of days. I see constantly that people actually don't get results simply just because they don't stick at one thing long enough. You have to give it the actual chance to work and stop completely overhauling the plan every time your mood changes. And if you want me to take the thinking out for you and help you implement those 5 steps as quickly and as effortlessly as possible, then click the link below and fill out my application form. Peace out.